Hi guys, today I'll be demonstrating how we could replace an emergency lighting unit like this one. Now, this one isn't broken, I'm just replacing it for the next setup. So I'll be demonstrating how to use it for just the most common kind of emergency light. This is a very common emergency light and it happens to be one that I really like. It's generic, but it does the job. See, when you first of all, it works, but pretend that this emergency light doesn't work. You will need at least 2 kinds of screwdrivers and your brain, most probably, and a new emergency light. In this case, I'm using this Excite Electronics incandescent emergency lighting unit. It was new in the box. So, oops. The first thing you need to do is probably you're gonna need like a flathead screwdriver to undo the clamps at the bottom of the unit. Then you're going to push up. Then you have to, before you even touch this, I just made a mistake. You have to pull the plug. After you've unplugged it and made sure that there's no power in this unit, then you can open it, pull up on it. Then you can undo the battery clips to turn off the battery. Now it's off, you just pull on these 2 plugs. Now we can set this old unit aside and move on to the mounting bracket. Now, not all emergency lights are all like this, but just go with us. After that, hopefully you can see that mounting bracket. You have to undo this mounting bracket. Unless you got unless your new unit is the exact same as your old one, you won't have to do this bracket. All you have to do is change it out. There. After you've opened the emergency light, you'll see there's wires in the back box. Pull out the wire very carefully, and as you can see, this is armored cable. So you undo these nuts and save them. Now you get rid of the old unit. We don't need this anymore, but I'm an enthusiast, so I'll save it. Next thing we'll need to do is we'll take our new unit's back plate and we'll open up this little hole in the back so that way we can feed the wires through, like so. Now there's a tiny little opening, and I'm not going to pull out this thing all the way. Your unit may be different from mine, so don't worry if it doesn't look exactly like this. Feed the wires through the holes. Then you're going to attach it easily with black to black, like so, and white to white. Now, if you're really installing an emergency light, follow the directions on the unit. This is just a general guide for all enthusiasts to use. Make sure these wire nuts are tight. Because if the wire nuts are not tight, you could cause a fire, and that's not always good. Now make sure that they're tight. This one, you need to wrap it around. Yeah, this video is pretty bad, so maybe I'll have to do a remake. And that's the end of part 1.